Alright, how's it folks? And welcome to the 28th episode
Perhaps the book Professor Weasley wants me to get is upstairs.
of my Hogwarts Legacy playthrough, and we're going to start off with completing Professor Weasley's assignment and then go attend her class.
Accio!
Okay, this seems like a field page I'd missed earlier. And then we'll see what happens once we finished with that. Probably speak to either Poppy or whoever to complete the relationship side quest or companion quest or whatever they refer to as. Doesn't look too shabby in its winter coat or Hogwarts. Underground Harbour. Haven't gone there before, I don't think.
So this is the underground harbour.
I'm guessing this is where the first years come in from. Skip the stone over the boats.
The Grey Lady. I'd say hello, but she doesn't seem particularly social. Revelio.
It's a little rude, but not untrue. Underground Harbour, located deep beneath the viaduct courtyard, is a landing for boats delivering first-year students across the Black Lake to Hogwarts. That's right. Okay. Now we just need to... Oh, the book in the library. That way I just came from. Let's get this chest while we're here though. Another 500 gold. And let's return to the library. So I had the quest track, but it sent me off to the harbour rather than pick up the one that was in the library to start off with. Oh well. I'm sliding down this stairwell. So it was upstairs as well. Just found it when I did that brief look over. So it's on this side of the library. Up hereabouts.
That book Professor Weasley asked me to find should be around here somewhere.
Hello. What are you doing over here on your lonesome?
Looking for the book Intermediate Transfiguration.
Professor Weasley asked me to, get something from that book. May I have it?
Did she now? I'll give you this book if you humour me by answering a few questions from my quiz.
Quiz?
Some people call bits of knowledge trivia. I would argue that no knowledge is trivial. Hence, I have created a small quiz, just for fun, focusing mainly on the lore of the wizarding world. None of the other students will try it, no matter how many times I ask. They all say they have enough with schoolwork. Ugh, they don't value knowledge the way I do. Surely you're interested. I'll even start you off with a few of my easiest questions.
Alright, let's give it a go.
A quiz sounds like fun.
Splendid! Just a few questions and then I'll hand over this book. Let us begin. Before the invention of the golden snitch, which magical creature was used in a game of Quidditch?
The golden snidget.
Correct.
That was a guess.
The snidget was first introduced to Quidditch in 1269 by a wizard named Barbarous Bragg. Sadly, they're thought to be extinct. Next question. Which potion is commonly referred to as liquid luck?
Felix Felicis.
Felix Felicis.
Well done. Since it makes the drinker temporarily lucky, Felix Felicis is a banned substance in all organised competitions. The tale of the three brothers involves which magical artifacts?
The Deathly Hallows.
The Deathly Hallows.
Correct. According to Beadle the Bard, the Deathly Hallows consists of the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, and the Cloak of Invisibility. Which ball in Quidditch is the largest?
Quaffle.
The Quaffle.
That's right. When a chaser throws the quaffle through one of 3 hoops in a Quidditch match, their team is awarded 10 points. True or false? Polyjuice potion allows the drinker to change species.
False? I think they have to stay human.
False.
Correct.
Okay.
While Polyjuice potion can be used to change things such as age or race, it cannot be used to change species. Well, I suppose this has gone on long enough. I'll put the book back on the pedestal now. If you're inclined to test your knowledge again, I have plenty more questions I could ask you. And I won't be giving you any more easy questions either. The next ones will be more difficult.
Let's keep going.
I'd like to answer more questions.
What governmental body directly preceded the Ministry of Magic?
The Order of Merlin.
No, that's incorrect. The answer was the Wizards'
well.
Council. The Wizards' Council disbanded in 1707 after the creation of the International Statute of Wizarding Secrecy, which required a more structured government to support its enforcement. Which dragon breed is the smallest?
Gonna go for the Vipertooth?
The Peruvian Vipertooth.
Brilliant! Though the Vipertooth is the smallest breed, averaging at around 15 feet in length, it is also the fastest breed and feared for its venomous fangs. Who founded the village of Hogsmeade?
Oh, that was... Yes, Hengist of Woodcroft, yes.
Hengist of Woodcroft.
That's right! It is believed that Hengist used the 3 Broomsticks Inn as his home. The hide behind was accidentally created by crossbreeding a ghoul with what other magical creature?
Never even heard of it. Can I take a guess as a demiguise?
A demiguise.
Yes!
Okay.
While the hide behind has the power of invisibility, those who have seen it have described it as a tall, thin monkey with silver hair. What is the only spell known to repel a Lethifold?
Patronus?
The Patronus charm.
Well done. The only known survivor of a Lethifold attack was a wizard named Flavius Belby, who was on holiday in Papua New Guinea at the time. Who published the law of elemental transfiguration?
Oh jeez. Gamp?
Gamp.
That's it. One of the principal exceptions to Gamp's law is that food cannot be conjured, though it can be summoned. What does the Hogwarts motto translate to?
Don't tickle a sleeping dragon.
Never tickle a sleeping dragon.
Correct. In Latin, the Hogwarts motto is Draco Dormiens Nunquam Titilandus. Which magical creature is the only one known to produce eggs through
What?
its mouth?
Yeah, I don't think it's Basilisk. Ashwanda, maybe?
The Ashwinder.
That's
Ah.
incorrect. The correct answer was the Rune's Paw. According to Parselmouths, each of the Rune's Paw's 3 heads serves a different function. The left head is the planner, the middle is the dreamer, and the right is the critic. Where is Ilvermorny School of Witchcraft and Wizardry located?
I think that's with there, maybe?
Mount Greylock.
Well done! The American school was founded in the 17th century by Isolde Sayre and James Stewart. What is the most powerful love potion known to wizard kind?
Amatentia.
That's That's the answer. Amatenta smells differently to every person, according to what they find attractive. Such as dusty book covers, or... Are you interested in continuing on to the next round? They're my most difficult questions.
Let's just keep going soon as we're here.
Give me your worst.
Wonderful. I do admire your thirst for knowledge. Emmerich the Evil was killed in a duel against whom?
Egbert the Egregious.
That's right. Emmerich gained notoriety for terrorizing villages in the south of England during the Middle Ages, when he was the master of the Elder Wand. If a chaser keeps their hand on the quaffle as it goes through the goal, what foul are they committing?
Never even heard of this.
Haversacking.
That's right.
Guess.
Blatching is flying to intentionally collide with a player. Stooging is when two chasers knock the other team's keeper away from the goals so that a third chaser can score. A bite from a mackled malaclaw has the unusual side effect of causing what?
Hairy ears.
No, the answer was bad luck. Native to the European coastline, the effects of a malaclaw's bite can last up to a week. What plant excretes stink sap?
Mimbolus mimbletonia.
Correct. The Mimbolus mimbletonia plant secretes stink sap as a defensive mechanism when touched. The pepper-up potion evolved from a remedy created by which 12th century wizard?
Basil Flack.
That's incorrect. The answer was Limfrid of Stinchcombe. Centuries later, Glover Hipworth would expand on Limfrid's previous work to create the pepper-up potion we know today. In The Wizard and the Hopping Pot, what does the elder wizard leave for his son in the hopping
Jesus,
pot?
I do not know these answers.
His wand.
Incorrect. The answer was a single slipper. The story was created by Beadle the Bard, but there are a few versions. I won't spoil what the slipper was for if you haven't read it recently. The Snallygaster is native to which region of the world?
The Amazon rainforest.
No, the answer was North America. The part bird, part reptile is a distant relative of the Occamy and has serrated fangs and a bulletproof hide. Who is the Muggle knight featured in the Fountain of Fair Fortune?
Sir Lancelot.
No, the answer was Sir Luckless. The three witches in the story are named Asher, Altheda, and Amata. Oh, I adore a story that ends with a twist. The world's largest kelpie is also known by what other name?
The Loch Ness Monster.
Correct. The Office of Misinformation has worked diligently to discredit any Muggle evidence of the kelpie's existence. Who was the first Minister for Magic?
Ethelred the Ever-Ready.
No, the first minister was Ulick Gamp. Gamp's greatest legacy was the founding of the Department of Magical Law Enforcement. It outlawed the unforgivable curses. You've answered all of my questions. It's nice to know there's another student who appreciates the value of knowledge. You should be pleased with your performance. Not many students would have done so well. Thank you for humouring me by participating. I had a splendid time. I put the book back on the pedestal for you.
Revelio ought to make quick work of
If
this.
not many students did as well as me, that must mean they did really, really badly, because I got so many incorrect.
Revelio.
Book of Intermediate Transfiguration. This book is designed to help guide the student who wishes to pursue more complicated types of transfiguration. Professor Weasley often recommends it to her advanced students as a bit of light reading.
Professor Weasley's tasks are complete. I should attend
Got
Transfiguration.
a butterfly on its cover. Okay, so let's go to our class now.
You're my second favourite hero.
Oh jeez, that came out of nowhere. And it is nighttime, so she's like the only one here. Bit of late night reading. Maybe a ancestor of Hermione. Alright.
Hello, Adelaide. How are you and your uncle doing?
Very well, thanks to you. The more I learn about Ranrock's foul lot, the more astounded I am that my uncle survived. I looked back over his old owls and noticed that they included pertinent details about his rare metal deposits. I believe that Ranrock's fiends were after those deposits and that they needed my uncle's knowledge. He was willingly going to rot away in that cell to keep me safe.
Any other pertinent details about those owls?
Plenty. Uncle Roland couldn't be certain, but he thought he overheard goblins talking about infusing something into goblin silver. He wasn't sure what they meant, but something about the way they spoke of it made his skin crawl. It's clear you saved my uncle from a very bad lot.
It was nothing at all, Adelaide. I'm just glad your uncle's safe.
So am I. Seeing him again was such a relief. I told him that he must remain vigilant from now on. I, for one, can't help but look over my shoulder now whenever I leave the castle grounds.
Alright, let's finally attend our class that I've been promising for a while now. And this time I am in uniform. Gotta pass to daytime.
Settle down, settle down. Transfiguration, as you may be weary of hearing me say, is an exact science that can take a lifetime to master. But we needn't be daunted. Almost anything can be transformed if you can just perceive the potential within it. As I see in all of you, tremendous witches and wizards, every one of you. Or it could just be my eyesight. Now, you all know what to do.
Okay, let's learn our transformation spell.
Beautifully done.
Let's put it on.
You wanted to discuss my progress so far this term, Professor?
I did. You seem to have had no trouble in getting up to speed. And frankly, excelling in your schoolwork this year.
Thank you, Professor. The extra assignments have been helpful.
As I suspected they would be. Now, it seems you've been making excellent use of the opportunities presented by your field guide. Of course, the guide isn't the only measure of success. Deke tells me you captured a unicorn and brought it back to the Room of Requirement. Protecting so rare a beast is an accomplishment of which you can be quite proud.
Thank you, Professor.
I will say I'm especially impressed with all you've accomplished in light of the rumors of your extracurricular activities. Was your extended conversation with Mr. Ollivander after you'd obtained your wand, or subsequent search of the owlery, connected in any way to Professor Fig?
Professor Fig has encouraged me to explore when I can in an effort to complete my field guide.
I see. I admire your penchant for learning, but do remember that your classwork and field guide are designed to educate you thoroughly. It'll be the end of the year in no time, and you'll want to be well prepared for your OWLs. I'll provide a final assessment at that time to ensure that you're ready for your exams. Until then, well done. You are dismissed.
And is that bloke still stuck on the stairs? My man, you need to hop down from there.
Since our visit to Feldcroft, something dawned on me about the triptych. Meet me at the Overlook, just north of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll explain.
My plan was failed, but I have another idea. I think we may be able to find what we need at a goblin mine south of Hogwarts. Meet me there, and bring someone who speaks gobbledygook.
Okay, looks like that's his bluff now. Walking on the desk. And
Hello, Garreth. So, has your aunt been taking it a bit easier on you lately?
Unfortunately, no. In fact, a few days ago, she gave me a detention. I was only testing a new recipe in a mostly empty classroom, and the fire was put out quick enough.
You don't create anything worthwhile without setting a few things on fire.
Agreed. Innovators like us are unappreciated in our time. Can't let the doubters sway me. When they taste my latest brew, they'll forget their criticisms and the fires. It'll be bigger than butterbeer. Oh, that gives me an idea. Better write it down. Best of luck to you.
okay, so let's... Oh, there's more people to talk to. Were you not just stuck on the table, or did you free yourself somehow? Okay. Let's go to quests and talk to Poppy, or let's go speak to Natty's mom. Get on map. Seeing as we're still in uniform. And just outside the divination classroom.
So frustrating. You wanted to speak with me, Mother?
I had hoped to speak with you alone, Natsai.
Your message mentioned your concern about an unusual creature that was spotted in the woods near Hogsmeade. That could have been anything.
You know what it was, Natsai.
I am allowed to leave the castle. I am always careful, Mother.
Careful. Officer Singer disagrees. She sent me an owl telling me that you have been trying to collect evidence of some kind against dark wizards. She berated me for not keeping a closer eye on you. And she is right. I do not want you visiting Hogsmeade for the near future.
But Mother!
My little gazelle, you are well-intentioned, but you must not meddle in the affairs of dangerous people.
If someone had meddled in Matabeleland, Father would still be with us.
I must get to class. Perhaps your friend can get you to listen to reason.
So frustrating. She never listens to me.
She called you her little gazelle. Is that a term of endearment where you're from?
It is specific to me. I am the unusual creature in Hogsmeade she mentioned. Self-transfiguration is not taught at Hogwarts, so I am gently discouraged from practicing it. However, I am an animagus, and it is in my gazelle form that I have been able to wander the Highlands rather freely until now, much to my mother's chagrin. That is how I managed to spy on Rookwood and Harlow.
Were you born an animagus, or did you learn to become one?
Animagi are not born. The process is quite elaborate. It involves holding a mandrake leaf in one's mouth for an entire month, then placing the leaf in a crystal phial so that it is imbued with moonlight, then adding one of your own hairs. And that is just the beginning. Self-transfiguration is common among students at Wagadu, but Professor Weasley considers it much too dangerous to teach at Hogwarts.
Can you choose what form your animagus will take?
Oh no, a person's animagus form is determined by their personality. My mother is convinced that my form is a gazelle because I adapt well to any situation. I believe it is because I can sense danger and keep my wits about me.
How does it feel to transform into an animal?
Well, the first time it can be a bit unnerving. I felt a kind of searing pain and a strong double heartbeat. But it gets easier the more you do it. I no longer feel any pain, and I must say, I find a sense of comfort in the double heartbeat. And I love being able to view the world from a different perspective.
Now the nickname makes sense. What an extraordinary ability to have.
It is. I love transforming, but Mother is less enthusiastic about it. She says that no creature, especially one as rare as a gazelle, should be bounding about where poaching has become so prevalent. She claims that she has foreseen tragedy befall me in my gazelle form. But she has used her sight to control me too many times. I no longer believe it.
I can understand where the mother's coming from.
She's concerned for your safety. It may be best for you to stay away from Hogsmeade for now.
That may be safe, but I do not believe that it would be best. Do you? You could have fled the moment you discovered that Rookwood, Harlow, and Ranrock were after you, but you did not. I choose to act as you have. I must deal with Rookwood and Harlow, not hide from them. My mother cannot know where I am all the time. Thank you for being here during that rather awkward conversation.
So that wasn't a quest so much as a conversation. So maybe Poppy's one will be different. Let's go to quests and speak to Poppy. Oh, she's in the 3 broomsticks.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Looks like there's another side quest in here as well.
Over here.
Just his reflections are... Wow, let me turn ray tracing off. I tried it on, putting it on at the beginning of this episode, but... yeah, it's really not doing good. Yeah, that's better. It was quite glaring.
This is a change of pace from our last outing.
Don't remind me. The thought of that tent still makes my blood boil. I've been thinking about those poor dragons in the fighting ring. The collars they were wearing, they appeared to be goblin silver. I think a collar is precisely what we found at that poacher camp. I've never known poachers to use anything like that before.
The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing a collar, and Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by its behavior.
That attack always did strike me as a little strange, seemingly coming out of nowhere. Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow control the poor creatures?
Exactly.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if we can find her, we can return her egg.
That's a good idea. We need to see this through.
I'll start looking into it right away. There was something else that I wanted to discuss with you. I didn't want to press it before. It seems I may have caused you more trouble with Victor Rookwood. Why is he after you?
Rookwood is working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts. Fig had a portkey that led us there after the dragon attack. It's a bit of a long story, and Fig had asked that I not speak of it yet.
Goodness. Well, that certainly helps to shed light on what we saw at the tent. Don't worry, I'll guard your secret as if it were my own. I shan't press for more details. In fact, I should probably be going. I'd like to track that dragon down as soon as I can. I'll let you know when I have news of her location.
Okay, another conversation rather than a quest, so let's pick up the Scout quest then.
Oh, I do hope Mary and her neighbours aren't harmed.
Excuse me, sir. Are you all right?
Just barely. But I don't want to trouble a student with my woes.
I am indeed a student, but I could very well be able to help you.
I'm not so sure. Name's Crispin Dunne, by the way. I trade in the surrounding hamlets. Do the most business in Arranshire. A lovely little hamlet. Just stunning gardens. Just the other day, the Daily Prophet ran an article on its scenic hedgerows. Actually, before I go on, I should ask. Are you afraid of spiders?
Spiders don't bother me at all. You'd be impressed by how many I've dispatched lately.
Lucky you. The hamlet's overrun with the vile things, and they're acting abnormally aggressively. I'm concerned about my customers, of course, but it appears that most of the hamlet's residents fled to safety. It's my friend Mary I worry about. I haven't heard from her, and I fear she's trapped in her cottage.
Understandable, but why don't you check on her yourself?
I would, but I have a crippling fear of the eight-legged beasts, which I, unlike you, seem incapable of conquering. I don't know what to do. Can you think of anyone who can help Mary?
Why are there so many spiders in Arranshire all of a sudden?
I honestly don't know. I've never seen so many spiders in all of my life. It's almost as if someone's breeding them. They've trapped the entire hamlet in webs. I was lucky to escape it all. Mary always has a way with these beasts. It's very concerning not to hear from her.
Why is it you can't conquer your fear of spiders?
When I was a small child, I was being tormented and chased by a group of local bullies and slid into the hollow of a tree to hide. Within moments, spiders were crawling over every inch of my body. Seemed I'd stumbled on a nest. I couldn't move, paralysed by fear of the spiders and an equally profound fear of the wizards I knew were just outside the tree. I was there for what seemed hours. I can feel their legs on me now just talking about it. Ugh.
Why didn't you ask the ministry for help?
I did. Reached out to anyone who would listen. Tried Minister Spout old Spavin himself. But evidently they have their hands full with who knows what else. It seems this little hamlet has to fend for itself.
I'll try my very best, Mr. Dunne.
Please do. If you can think of anyone that may be brave enough to help, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. They'll find Arranshire southeast of Hogsmeade, just below the train station.
Right, looks like we've finally got ourselves a quest. Gotta go kill some spiders that have overrun a hamlet. Which have probably been bred by that woman who seems to get along well with the spiders. And just got out of control or something. But we shall see.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to
Yes,
Hogsmeade.
yes, I'm sure you like saying that all the bloody time.
Wow.
Almost there.
This must be Arranshire. I'd best keep an eye out for spiders. Confringo! Potato! Stupid! Stupid! Confringo! Potato! Stupid! Stupid! Confringo! Even more aggressive than I'd expected. Stupid! Stupid!
I wanted a couple of bombarders out.
Bombarder! Potato! Stupid!
Is that all of them? No.
Confringo!
There we go.
Surely that's the last of them.
Why is he glowing like that? Oh, he's poisoned or something.
Revelio.
I don't know. Spider fan here. So I've already looted and done everything in this village, I think. What's this?
Oh no, this must be Mary. Poor woman. Incendio.
Okay, that didn't work.
Anna's getting worse. If there is any chance that the relic from Slytherin's spellbook can help her, I must find it. I'm requesting your help. Meet me outside of Feldcroft, near the catacomb.
H. I have delivered the spider venom as requested. Prompt payment is now due. The new cluster of spiderlings in my cellar workshop have almost hatched. I can provide more venom soon. Once, of course, I have been compensated for the last delivery. Yep, she was breeding them.
If Mary was breeding these things in her cellar, that means there are more underground. I'll need to destroy every last spider in that cellar if this is to end. Incendio.
Alright.
Revelio.
Let's put Confringo back on. And go into her cellar. It was kind of obvious that she was responsible for the spiders.
If this is where Mary bred the spiders, they're not here now. Revelio. This isn't a good sign. These spiders have gone somewhere. A ladder. Not sure I want to know where this leads. I'd best be ready for whatever I may find out.
More spiders. Like, what are you expecting? Maybe even a big one.
Exact. I need to find and destroy all of these before the situation gets even worse. Confringo! That's one exact destroyed. I should get the rest. Can't let you harm out you any more than you already have. Protego! Stupid! Confringo! Stupid!
Oh, so that's basically an instant kill. Transform them and then cast the pulsar to launch whatever they transform as. And then they pop open. Let's try that again.
Ugh. Shame you're so foul. Revelio.
Get some loot.
Protego! Stupid! Confringo!
And get ambushed by a spider. So,
Revelio.
where's the next lot? Through there, probably.
I have some promising news about the location of our Hebridean dragon friend and where to return her you-know-what. Meet me in the town circle in Hogsmeade.
Confringo!
Okay, those sound like they're more quests.
Revelio.
Yeah, that's sorted now. Let's move on.
Bombarda. Confringo. Revelio.
We can't break through there. Break through here then? Yeah.
I hate to think that they see me, but I don't see them. Revelio.
Then don't think about it.
Confringo! That path finished, but I need to destroy all of the sacks. Confringo! Bombarda! Protego! Stupefy! Confringo! Bombarda! Confringo!
There we go. Okay, so that's what happens when you let them launch their spell at you.
Revelio.
Okay, and there's a chest through here, and then more spider eggs to pop. Cobalt, Debonair, Ensemble.
Confringo. Revelio.
That looks like we don't need to pop that. Nest. Can't go that way. That way is also blocked. That way is still blocked. Go up through here then, maybe? Yeah, looks like it.
Confringo.
Couple explosions a day
Bombarda.
make a very happy boy.
Protego. Stupefy. Cabalso. There's a victory that came none too soon. Revelio. Confringo. Cabalso. Confringo. That's the last of the spider sacks.
I finally found the perfect place to breed my spider colony, and it was quite literally under my nose the whole time. My cellar. Why didn't I think of this before? Why hasn't anyone, for that matter? My spiders are growing big and strong, and the silk they produce will make me a fortune. I'll have wealth at last. No more scrimping on frocks when I'm in town. It will be marvellous.
I suppose I know what happened to Mary Portman now. She was breeding the spiders.
It was kind of obvious she was. And it's kind of obvious why no one does this. They get out of control and then run all over the place. There we go, there's a big boy.
I hope that's the last spider.
Just delete it.
Confringo. Protego.
Was a mistake.
Confringo. Stupefy. Compulsor. Bombarda.
And there we go.
Revelio.
Is that all of it? Yeah. Then just some loot. Almost to level 35.
Oh, wait. That's the last one.
Okay, now we have a proper
She's
boss
angry.
battle.
Confringo. Bombarda. Protego. Stupefy.
Okay, they want me to bury a spider matriarch's head in the sand.
I'll be having nightmares for the rest of my life after that.
I was a bit too late there.
Sender! Protego! Stupid! Descendo! Bombarda! Cursed fiends.
Maybe I was meant to do that on the boss before instantly killing them. Okay.
Revelio.
Bit of loot. Collection chest, needed that. Word stairway. I think that's... Okay, there's another chest over here. Now let's make our way back out. Seems like a perfect den for the spiders. No wonder they grew so much. Quite big, this little cavern underneath that house. Not that way. Why did I even turn? Another way. Oh yeah, yay. And then the ladder. Alright. Let's go return to the 3 broomsticks inn. Inform that blokey about his friend the spider breeder. And then we'll probably try and squeeze in Poppy's quest with the dragon in this one.
Reasons, but breaking into Wilfred Lawley's home wasn't the brightest idea.
Mr. Dunne, I have some news.
Thank Merlin. About my sweet friend Mary.
It seems poor Mary was breeding spiders in her home for profit, and vastly underestimated their propensity to multiply.
Oh, Mary, what untoward scheme were you involved in? If she needed financial assistance, she could have just come to me. She didn't deserve this. Few do.
I am sorry about your friend, but you'll be relieved to know that I cleared out the spiders. It's safe to return now.
You? You cleared out the spiders? I can't believe it, but I'm certainly relieved. I imagine the first order of business will be to help the hamlet rebuild. I suppose I have nothing to fear from dead spiders.
That's the spirit. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you again for all you've done. I shall keep you apprised of the hamlet's rebuilding.
Glad I could be of help, and I look forward to visiting your shop the next time I'm in Arranshire.
To dearly departed Mary.
Okay, let's... I think we did a challenge for that quest. We've completed... Let's put that outfit on, and then something in the combat arena. Down here. It's the spiders. Did kill a whole bunch of them. Okay, so let's change gear first, and then we'll go speak to Poppy. Alright. So over here. Nope. Okay. Let's go to quests. And she is in Hogsmeade, so might as well just run to her. I don't want to jinx it, but performance does seem to be doing better.
It's not like her to forget.
But we shall see as it goes on.
I didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Not at all. I was just at the post office. Gran told me to expect a package, but it looks as if she forgot to send it. She didn't send me an owl this week either. Perhaps she's busy with her research.
What was she sending you?
Only some feed she's been developing. I was going to give it to Professor Howin for the measles.
What kind of research is she doing?
It varies from week to week, but it's always to do with creatures. Last week she was studying leg knots in plimpies.
What did you find out about the dragon you were tracking?
I realised that she didn't know the poachers had her egg, so when she left Horntail Hall, she would have headed straight to her nest. I went back to the tent and tracked her flight.
How do you track a dragon long after she's gone?
Tree canopies, burn marks, things like that.
Well done. You certainly know what you're doing.
I can't be certain, but I have an idea of one place she may have been heading. I thought we might go and see it for ourselves.
Of course. Shall we leave now?
If that's all right. I want to see how she's faring if she had a collar on. And she's likely frantic about her egg. Here we are. I do think this is where we'll find her. The terrain's typical of where the breed would nest. I suspect it's how the poachers found her to begin with. They likely camped here and logged her patterns. Perhaps nabbed her first and then her egg. Dragons are hard enough to wrangle, let alone maternal ones.
You got all of that from simply standing here?
You'd be surprised how easy it is to think like a poacher. Shall we see if she's home? We only need to return her egg.
That sounds straightforward enough.
We should be in and out. Then we can be finished with the poachers once and for all.
I don't suppose you've thought about keeping it, have you?
No. It belongs to her. Keeping it will make me just as bad as the poachers.
If you're right about finding her here, how do we go about returning the egg?
Her nest will likely be in the heart of her den, which she will be keeping guard over. It might also be more charred than anywhere else, I imagine.
Well then, let's find our dragon and return her egg.
Wonderful. If she sees us flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression or food. We should stay on foot. Oh, and one more thing. Let's not... Goodness knows she's been through enough already. I'm ready when you are.
Alright. Let's run into a pissed off dragon's den with her egg in our hands.
There she is, above us. She did make it home safely. Oh, good. It looks as if she wasn't collared like the other dragons.
I like that clacking noise those eggs make. Hello, old girl. Nothing to see here.
Poor thing must be worried sick, wondering what happened to her egg.
Quite a bit of blood.
For what it's worth, she doesn't seem to have spotted us yet.
Let's hope it stays at least until we've done it.
Revelio.
Here we go.
Revelio.
This was probably their camp. Yeah, it looks like a whole bunch of poacher stuff. And...
Confringo.
yeah, there we go.
Revelio.
It sort of reminds me of a sort of local waterfall called Madonna and Child. about 2-hour drive away from me.
I wonder how many they brought to capture. At least 10 usually.
So I need to fix this.
Reparo.
Fantastic.
There she is again.
She's breathtaking.
From a distance.
I wonder how good her eyesight is.
I beg your pardon?
I don't imagine the poachers fed her well. And from a distance, we probably look exactly like sheep to her. Hebrideans love sheep.
How lucky for us.
Poppy, really?
Watch your step.
He must have been starved to pick up the grapple.
Or just raring for a fight. Revelio.
Wait, is this the grapphorn here? Didn't eat it. It's just been frozen solid, been left here.
Quiet, what was that?
Wait here. I'll run ahead.
Wait, over here!
I'll draw her attention. Follow when it's safe.
Very familiar with that mechanic of hiding behind cover while you wait for them to shoot and then darting for the next piece of cover.
Watch out! It's her domain. She'll make sure... Keep at it. We've just got to make it
She isn't making it easy.
Come on. Oh, only firing 2 blasts this time. Is she getting tired, maybe?
Not a warm welcome.
It's a little too warm if you ask me. I don't suppose she listened to reason.
I'd normally try, but we're well past that. Get to that opening below her. If we can get
Oi, got stuck there.
She's leaving! Quickly!
Brilliant.
There's the nest. We're almost there.
Revelio.
Okay, another repair job.
Why is every bridge here broken?
Reparo.
Probably the most visually appealing spell for me.
Now, if we just return her egg, we can hopefully make it out without too much fuss. That was brilliant. And did you see how clever? She left us perfectly unharmed.
Creatures are a lot cleverer than most people realize.
That's what Gran always says. The important thing is that we survived it, and we returned her egg. Thank you for doing this with me. Wouldn't blame you one bit if you wanted to head back to the castle and never think about dragons again.
I was hoping to look around for a moment, if you don't mind. Take it all in.
I suppose we could catch our breath.
And also see if there's any
I
loot.
wonder how long she lived here.
Revelio.
Or where she'll go now.
I think this was just a set piece. Yeah, there's no loot. There might be, but probably not worth picking up.
I can't believe any of what just happened.
Still taking it all in.
No, I think I'm ready to leave if you are.
I am. After our dragon rescue at Hauntowl Hall, I half expect to be ambushed by poachers any time I'm not in the castle.
Understandable. We did sabotage their fighting ring and steal a dragon egg from them.
True. True. So why haven't they come after us? It's not like them to let things lie. Unless...
Unless what?
Unless they haven't let things lie. Oh no, I can't believe I didn't see it. We need to leave. I need to send an owl.
Went off to her gran, I think.
How could I have been so blind?
And here he is again. The musician dude. So I rate this is a pretty decent point to end off the episode. In the next one, we'll probably carry on with Sebastian Seller's questline to learn a couple of more dark art spells, I think. Otherwise, I hope you all have a great day, and cheers for now.